broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over... You're tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello guys, thank you for tuning in to the South Park After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Again, this is not the show itself, this is a review of the show. If you want the show, go to southparkstudios.com. We're going to be talking about the episode. We're talking about Season 19, Episode 4, entitled You're Not Yelping. I'm your host, Stephen Lemieux. You can find me on Twitter at Stephen Lemieux, STPHENLEMIUX. Go ahead and follow us there. And Phil, where can we find you on Twitter?
I will not talk that fast.
Alright, yeah, well, I just want to get through this episode pretty quick. It's a very straightforward episode. It doesn't have too much subtlety to touch on. It's very on your nose about Yelp and how much they dislike Yelp and what it's been doing to restaurants. Yeah, so restaurants kiss Yelpers' asses if they say they're Yelpers because a bad Yelp review can lead to bad business.
Yeah, Yelpers, I mean, they're an interesting breed. I don't actually know. I know people who read Yelp. I don't know many people who do it, but obviously there are tons. And you know what? I think there's other sites that kind of popped up beyond that because there's people who Yelp not only restaurants, but also other businesses, you know, like contractors, so on and so forth. And now there's just like a culture of reviews.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the culture of reviews, but this episode touched on it pretty well, that when restaurants are beholden to them and there's only like 1 out of every 100 people is a Yelper, they'll give more to that one person. But as there's more and more people doing it now, they all feel like they're entitled to this. So when you have a restaurant full of people who are all Yelpers, they all feel they're entitled to special treatment, and they all feel they're a leader.
Well, let me ask this. Is it the restaurant's fault in some ways where, you know what, regardless of who it is, they should just have a good time?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it goes back to the episode of with the taxi cabs versus Uber. It's like, if taxis didn't suck, people would not take Uber.
Well, we have secret shoppers. Restaurants have secret shoppers, which are hired by the company to go in and not tell anyone they're secret shopping the place. They're just regular customers that have been signed up for this thing where they go in.
Which is essentially what any food critic and Yelp reviewer should be, regardless.
They should be, but they're going into restaurants saying, by the way, I'm reviewing this place on Yelp, which puts the owners in a tight spot. It's stupid, because the great thing this episode covered was with Randy, or not Randy, with
Kyle's
dad, Mr. Broflovski, because he writes this 50-page review about how everything is perfect, and you're thinking, okay, 5 stars, and the street parking wasn't readily available, so 2.5 stars. That's what happens. These restaurants get like these terrible star reviews because it's like everything's perfect, but one thing that they have nothing to go on. Like, you see this all the time on like all you assholes who hit thumbs down on our video. I mean, it's like you're not even hitting thumbs down for the reason that we would expect you to. If you don't like the review, yeah, hit thumbs down. But like, you're doing it because you think this is the episode, which is retarded because it says review right in the title, and I opened the show with saying it's a review. So it's stupid when we depend on these reviews so much, because I'm guilty of it. I look at the Yelp reviews. I look at the reviews on Google. I look at the reviews before I go to a place.
I just don't think people know how to review. I mean, ultimately, first off, any star system, 1 through 10, 1 through 100, and in this scenario, 1 through 5, is just stupid. It's not really going to tell you much.
Yeah.
And I think, ultimately, you can garner some things from it, but I think, ultimately, you need the written form of it, and also, it's like, okay, number one, I've seen people review sushi who hate sushi. Clearly, the restaurant's not for you. But that doesn't mean it's a crap restaurant. People who love sushi may think it's a great sushi place.
the reviews are supposed to balance themselves out. And that's kind of what they've been doing for a long time now.
I think this is true. I mean, I get that's the theory, but I don't think it happens.
Exactly, it doesn't, but that's the theory. So the other thing is things like, I think it is Yelp or another place. The Better Business Bureau is one of them too, where you can pay off people and get better reviews. Like you can pay to play in, for instance, freemium gaming for your restaurant.
There's 800 ways. I mean, to me, obviously it was all funny. One of the funny parts early on was, my crap. It's almost like I was raped backwards, and therefore I'm giving you a 1 star. And I love the line of like, Cartman, that your crap is supposed to be solid.
Yeah, it's like being raped backwards.
Although that was
just tell me, I ride my tiny little bicicleta to school, to ski. David. My name is David.
Ah, man.
It's okay. It's like, we know you're from... I'm from Idaho. God damn it. No, it was good bringing in because with the Syrian children being brought into the city, it's funny that they have one that kind of looks the same. And now he's like, no, he's just like a normal kid. He just has an accent, and his family are trying to start this restaurant that has Mexican food. Like, it's funny.
Yeah.
We get more on the Sheepaw town. I love rolling in the ISIS B-roll as the Yelpers are destroying everything.
That was very good. That was a good use of
poor taste video use.
I mean, it's one of the fact that I love bringing in the sergeant from the police station. And I thought they did a good variety of people that thought highly of themselves, and then when you had the millions of people outside of like, oh yeah, I'm important.
There, when like David goes on camera and says, "You think you're the leader of all these people? Well, meet me out in out south of the town," and everyone shows up, and they're all doing their own speech of why they didn't think they'd be leader, but they know that they're their leader, and blah blah blah. And we get the end is the how everything balances out. You can be the Yelper that goes to the restaurant and gets special treatment, but you're going to get the special treatment that the restaurant gives you. And that's going to be boogers and cum.
That's right. That was a great song.
That was the best song since Jackin' It in San Diego.
Yeah. Their song, I think every season we should have at least one song.
At least. We got Ike is going to clown school.
Yes, that was a storyline of 2 seconds.
I feel like we're gonna get a throwback to that maybe later in it. Maybe. And then the dad just smoking the pipe, feeling like he's the hot shit.
Yeah, and they like I said, they used a lot of elements. To me, the sergeant was great because it's like, what are you doing? It's midnight. Go home. Oh man, there's paperwork to be done.
People depend on this.
Got a lot of Yelp reviews.
Honey, just come to the park with us. I'm so tired. Then just stop. But they depend on me.
Yeah.
This false sense of being needed. But you know what? If you don't want a false sense of being needed and you love using apps like Yelp, there's another thing that you can be doing right now. And it's called DraftKings. Guys, your season-long fantasy football team may be going strong, but you don't have to wait until Week 16 to get paid. Put your fantasy skills to the test every week this season at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football draft site. Got an injured player? No problem. It's like a new season every week. And get this, DraftKings is crowning a new millionaire every single week. You could turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Believe me, you've never experienced fantasy football like this. This is not fantasy as usual, Phil.
That's right. I mean, who pays for your Yelp reviews? This is actually something worth a while
that you can be putting your energy into and staying up all night and making money.
Not only your energy, but your passions.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love football?
Who doesn't love football? And this, I'll say it afterwards, but you won't get terrible stuff in your food if you do DraftKings. You'll just possibly make a butt ton of money. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use the promo code BUZZ to play free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Matchmaker event.
Now, our fans aren't, this is no offense, they're not necessarily the brightest, so how do you spell BUZZ?
Okay, so
B-U-Z-Z.
B-U-Z-Z, so DraftKings.com, that's .com, slash, that's / not backslash, B-U-Z-Z.
There you go. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I know. Somebody's going to type in bus and be like, thumbs down, you guys spelled it wrong. It's not working. But yeah, guys, check that out. Now that that's like, we're going back in the episode, boogers and cum, man. Fucking, just, I can't. Like, I was losing my ish. Also, South Park, I don't know, this is a bit of news and gossip if you want to guys go to news and gossip real quick.
AfterBuzz TV News.
If you guys don't follow South Park on Twitter, you should follow South Park on Twitter. Leading up to the episodes every week, they do like a little history kind of thing and show like behind the scenes clips, like the artwork and how they create the artwork and kind of character history. Like they talked about how the last time we had got a Kenny-centric episode was like season 13 called Kenny's a Poor Kid or something like that. Like, so they just do like Q&A and kind of fun facts before the episode airs and throughout it. So
interesting. Do they even remember that stuff?
I feel like they have a social media person who does that. But still, it's cool. They had like the hipster mock-ups.
Here's the thing. Part of the reason why the seasons are so short is that and why the 6 days to air works so well for them is because they have the shortest attention span, that their ADD just, they can't do something more than 14. Well, they used to break it up into 7 and 7. Now they're doing 10. So anything longer than that for them, they'd be like, what? What's going on?
There's a big argument going on in our comments about how South Park has become too politically correct this season, and that they think it's not because of a storyline of the fact that they have the PC police there and everything. It's that they think that they're just catering to the politically correct audience now, and I don't think that's the case at all.
I don't think Matt and Trey give a crap.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's they're being politically correct now because South Park is a town that is politically correct. I think all hell's going to break loose soon. I think it's going to get ridiculously in bad taste very, very soon.
I mean, the last two episodes, if you want to count it in that way, of last season, absolutely. Again, just even with the hashtags, what's going on? Like they threw everything into that episode, and that's what you're gonna get. PewDiePie. It was just ridiculous, you know. And so I think they can go any which way they want.
Yeah, I think I have complete trust in Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
I don't know if they have a trust in that. They just kind of do as it comes.
As it comes on your spaghetti and comes on your fucking pretzel. Oh, look, what's on your pretzel? It's a little bit of cum.
Oh, man. How about a fart salad?
How's that honey mustard taste? Good? Good. Thanks for the 5-star Yelp review. All right, guys, that's our show. We pretty much covered the episode. Didn't really have too much, like, very subtle references or anything. We had the ISIS.
No, we didn't have Randy. We had Randy, but not a lot of Randy.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. You can follow me on Twitter at Stephen Lemieux, STPHENLEMIUX. Phil, where can we find you?
Here at AfterBuzz TV. And you know what? Check out Public Morals and definitely hit up DraftKings.com. Use the promo code BUZZ, BUZZ, to get your chance at $1 million this week. Don't wait.
Don't wait, guys. We'll see you next week for Season 19, Episode 5.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.